So this question's about working out the area of a trapezium. So formula's given at the front, but we really ought to remember it. So it's a half of a plus b, the lengths of the parallel sides added, times by the perpendicular height between them. So the standard picture at the front of the exam paper is that is b, that is a, and the distance between them, perpendicularly measured at right angles, is h. So, and they're the parallel sides. So we're looking to get the lengths of A and B and the distance between them, and therefore then we could work out the area. But obviously there's a problem. There's loads of x's everywhere rather than numbers. So the question's kind of shouting out at you, find the value of x. That means we've got to create an equation. So somewhere in this information there must be something that can help us. Well, when we read through, we can see they're talking about the perimeter. So that's our trigger. The fact that they're talking about the perimeter means that they've given us a number that we can then work out the value of x. So perimeter means add up all the lengths around the outside of a shape, or the edge of the shape, sorry. Not necessarily the outside, because the shape has something cut out in the middle. So the perimeter is about adding the edges up. So because it's got x's in it, doesn't mean you do anything different, you just add up the x's. So going around the outside of the shape, adding up all the lengths. And they're telling us that that must equal 38. Simplify this down because make it easy to deal with. So we've got 2x's, 4x's, 7x's, 10x's. So I've added up all the x's, we've got 10 of them all together. And then we've got take away 1, take away 2, which means we've got -1, -2, so -3. But we're adding 1 back, so we're back to -2. So that's going to be 38. So we've got 10x's, take away 2 is equal to 38. Now solving equations, we should realise that means make x the subject. So basically we want an answer for x. So solving equations, treat it like formulae and moving things and rearranging things. So we need to get that take away 2 across to the other side. So we do the opposite to cancel it to nothing, but therefore we must do the same to the other side. So we now know that 10x's are worth 40, and 10x's, we want 1x, so divide by 10. Opposite of timesing is dividing, and 10 divided by 10 is 1, so we've got 1x. 40 divided by 10 is 4. So we know that x is equal to 4 centimetres. Well, now you go back to the original shape, replacing all the x's with all the number 4 to get the lengths you need for the area. So 2 x's means we've got 2 lots of 4, so that's 8. 2 x's are 8, take away 1 is 7 centimetres. Always give units of things when they're there. 3 4s are 12, plus 1 is 13, so that's going to be 13 centimetres. And 3 lots of 4 is 12, take away 2 is 10, so it's going to be 10 centimetres. So we should do a quick check to make sure that everything's worked as it should do. So 7 plus 10 plus 13 plus 8, 17, 30, 38. Excuse me. So that check worked. That the question told us the perimeter was 38. We've put in the value of x we found, and we found it's still 38. We now know all the lengths we need for the formula. So the formula for the area tells us that we're going to do a half times the length of A, 7, plus the length of the other parallel side, 13, times by the height between them. Well, that's going to be there because that's the perpendicular height, so that's going to be 8. Half times, well, the bracket adds to 20. Half of 20 is 10. 10 times 8 is 80. So the answer here will be 80. Now they've already given the units, but just be in the habit, you know, write the units down all the time, and then you won't lose that mark. That's always in the exams where they want you to write the units down. So that kind of question, loads of x's, usually shouts out to create an equation. There's something in the question that will help you do that. Create the equation, solve it, get a value for x, and in this particular question you then use it to get the final answer they wanted. Creating and solving an equation. Nice question.